Stop. Don't travel 21 countries in the no-travel zone 2023. 12. North Korea. North Korea is regarded as a very dangerous location for international travelers because of its opacity and its third-generation dictator, Kim Jong-un. The likelihood that a visitor will be permitted to leave North Korea again is uncertain due to the country's strict policing and monitoring of its citizens. North Korea is currently off-limits to U.S. citizens. After an American student named Otto Warmbier was imprisoned in North Korea, the U.S. government imposed the ban in 2017. After being imprisoned for 17 months, he was returned to the United States in a coma. Unfortunately, he passed 1 week later. The restriction is currently only extended once every 12 months, in August 2022 being the most recent extension. 13. Palestine, Gaza Strip. Due to the ongoing risk of terrorist attacks and civil disturbances, Level 3 advisories have been issued for both Israel and its neighboring country, Palestine's West Bank. However, a Level 4 advisory is issued for the Gaza Strip in Palestine due to the potential for an escalation of hostilities there. 14. Russia. Traveling to Russia has become riskier and logistically more challenging for people from outside the country, and U.S. citizens in particular, since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in early 2022. Travel within the country and abroad is severely restricted, and U.S. credit cards are no longer accepted. Russian law enforcement officers have a history of arbitrarily targeting U.S. citizens and punishing them harshly. The most famous example of this is when WNBA player Brittany Griner was detained in Russia with less than a gram of hashish oil for which she had a U.S. prescription but which is illegal in Russia. Griner received a 9-year prison term. 15. Somalia. In Somalia, terrorism and civil turmoil frequently coexist. It is common to encounter illegal roadblocks, kidnappings, and murders, and repurposing schools and other facilities in the name of culture restoration is also common. People are unlawfully detained and may be physically abused. Terrorist attacks frequently employ car bombs, physical assaults, mortar fire, and suicide bombers. Target locations such as airports, seaports, hotels, or shopping malls where there are plenty of people and Westerners frequently visit. Piracy is a problem offshore as well, especially in international waterways, involving Somali pirates taking control of ships and holding the crew and passengers hostage in exchange for a ransom. 16. South Sudan. The rest of the country is much less stable than Khartoum, the capital city, so tourists are advised to avoid protests and demonstrations. This is because they fear that they might be violently suppressed. Because it is thought that terrorist activity occurs there more frequently, the regions bordering South Sudan and Chad are particularly dangerous. 17. Syria. The U.S. has not kept a diplomatic mission there since 2012 because of the nation's ongoing civil war. No part of Syria is safe from violence. There have been reports of extrajudicial executions, torture, wrongful detention, aerial bombardment, chemical warfare, kidnappings, and terrorist attacks. Additionally, the nation has long-standing border disputes with Israel, Turkey, Iraq, Lebanon, and Jordan. The corrupt government, which may be to blame for the disappearance of over 100,000 people, and kidnappers frequently target U.S. citizens and other Westerners. 18. Ukraine. Despite the fact that most travel experts think Ukraine is a stunning location to visit when the country is at peace, Russia's invasion of the country has earned both countries a Level 4 advisor, which will probably stay in place until after the invasion is over. 19. Venezuela. Food, gasoline, electricity, water, and medical supplies are frequently in short supply in the dictatorial nation of Venezuela. Violent crimes are common, including homicide, armed robbery, kidnapping, and carjacking. Last but not least, the government has a history of abusing human rights through practices like extrajudicial killings, torture, and wrongful detention. 20. Yemen. Even though the ongoing civil war in Yemen claimed far fewer lives in 2022, severe terrorist attacks can still happen at any time, especially in open spaces. Local infrastructure has been damaged by the conflict, which has had an effect on the availability and dependability of electricity, potable water, and healthcare services.